Hello students, I'm Amita Parekh and today we are going to study the topic Judiciary in Civics. Introduction to Indian Judiciary System. In India, we have the rule of law. This means that laws apply equally to all persons and that a certain set of fixed procedures need to be followed when law is violated. To enforce this rule of law, we have a judicial system that consists of the mechanism of courts that a citizen can approach when law is violated. As an organ of the state, the judiciary play a crucial role in the functioning of India's democracy. The Indian judiciary system consists of three main organs. First is Supreme Court, next is High Court, and the third one is subordinate courts. Now let us see what is our Indian judiciary system. The Indian judiciary comprises of the Supreme Court at the apex, which means at the highest level, which is followed by the High Courts in different states and the subordinate courts. The Supreme Court, the High Court and the subordinate courts are all linked to each other. Hence, the judicial system is also known as an integrated judicial system. The judiciary is an independent organ. Now let us see what is the structure of courts in India. At the top, which is at the apex or the highest position, is the Supreme Court. Under the Supreme Court comes the High Court and the various courts, that is Lok Adalats, district courts, revenue courts and village panchayats. They all come under the High Courts. Now let us look at some of the features of the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is the highest court in India. It stands at the apex of the judiciary. It is the guardian of the Indian Constitution. The Supreme Court of India is located at New Delhi. It was inaugurated on 28th January 1950 in Court House at New Delhi. The Supreme Court hears and gives ruling on both civil and criminal cases. Composition of the Supreme Court. It comprises of the Chief Justice and a number of other judges. However, the total number of judges should not be more than 26, including the Chief Justice. The current Chief Justice of India is Justice Sharad Arvind Bobde. Appointment of judges. Now let us see how the judges of Supreme Court are appointed. The judges of the Supreme Court are appointed by the President on the advice of the Chief Justice of India and the Council of Ministers. The President appoints the Chief Justice of India after consulting the other judges of the Supreme Court and Council of Ministers. Qualification required to be a judge of the Supreme Court. He or she must be an Indian citizen. He or she must have been an advocate of a high court or for two or more courts in succession for at least 10 years. Or he or she should be a judge of a high court for a continuous period of 5 years. Or he or she should be distinguished jurist in the President's opinion. Tenure of a judge. The judge of the Supreme Court continues to hold office till the age of 65 years. The Chief Justice of India receives a salary of ₹1 lakh, while the other judges get ₹90,000 monthly. They also are entitled to free accommodation, transport and other perks. Powers of the Supreme Court. The powers of the Supreme Court can be studied under the following categories. First is original jurisdiction, appellate jurisdiction, advisory jurisdiction, Court of Record, guardian of the fundamental rights. Now, let us study the various features of High Court. The highest judicial authority in a state is the High Court. Each High Court in India has the jurisdiction of one or more state and union territory. There are 24 High Courts in India. Of these, 3 High Courts, which you can see in the picture, which are highlighted in blue, have control over more than one state. Now, as you can look into the picture, the blue highlighted states, which is the Bombay High Court of Maharashtra, Goa, Dadar and Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu. Next is Guwahati High Court, which controls Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Nagaland and Mizoram. Next blue highlighted state is Punjab and Haryana High Court, which looks after the states of Punjab, Haryana and Chandigarh. The High Courts deals with cases such as those concerning the fundamental rights of citizens, election petitions and other civil and criminal cases. Composition of a High Court. The highest level of authority of the High Court is the Chief Justice. It comprises other judges depending on the state concerned. Appointment of judges. The Chief Justice of a state High Court is appointed by the President on the advice of the Chief Justice of India and the Governor of the concerned state. The President appoints the other judges on the advice of the Chief Justice of India, the Chief Justice of India, the concerned state and its Governor. Qualification required to be a judge of the High Court. He or she must be an Indian citizen. They must have an experience in the judicial office for a minimum period of 10 years. They must have been an advocate of a High Court or of 2 or more such courts or for at least 10 years. What is the tenure of a judge of a High Court? The judges of the High Court hold their posts till the age of 65, that is, till they retire. The Chief Justice of High Court is entitled to get a salary of 2,80,000 and other judges of Rs 2,25,000 monthly. Powers of the High Court. The High Court, like the Supreme Court, has the following powers: the original jurisdiction, appellate jurisdiction, court of records. Now, under the High Court comes the subordinate courts. There are several subordinate courts placed under the supervision of High Courts. First is District Court, Revenue Courts, Nyay Panchayat or the Panchayat Courts, and Lok Adalats. The first one is District Court. The District Courts administer justice in India at a district level. These courts are under administrative and judicial control of the High Court of the state to which the district concerned belongs. The highest court in each district is that of the district and the sessions judge. This is the principal court of civil jurisdiction. District Court includes several civil courts and criminal courts. District Courts deals with the various cases such as civil, claim, property related cases to criminal cases. In criminal court, the judge is known as the sessions judge, whereas in civil court, the judge is known as the district judge. There are many other courts subordinate to the court of district and sessions judge. Now let us quickly know about the various other courts which comes under the subordinate courts. Revenue courts. Revenue courts are courts defined in the land revenue laws of various states, such as transfer of land, removal of encroachments, partition of holdings, etc. Next is Nyay Panchayat or the Panchayat courts. They are the judicial components of the Panchayat system, which forms the lowest rung of a judiciary. They are created for the administration of justice at the local or rural level, which means at the village level. Next is Lok Adalats. Lok Adalat is one of the alternative dispute resolution mechanism in India. It is a forum where cases pending on panchayat are settled. What is the role of the judge? The judge is like an umpire in the game and conducts the trial impartially in an open court. The judge hears all the witnesses and any other evidence presented by the prosecution and the defense. The judge decides whether the accused person is guilty or innocent on the basis of the evidence presented and in accordance with the law. If the accused is convicted, then the judge pronounces the sentence. He may send the person to jail or impose a fine or both, depending on what the law prescribes. Now let us see what is the role of different judicial agencies. The judicial structure of any country includes the key elements relating to the role of police, FIR, and related documents. In the administration of justice, courts, public prosecutor, and police play a vital role. However, their roles are at variance and different from each other. There are various types of judicial cases, but broadly speaking, judicial cases can be divided into two categories: civil cases and criminal cases. Now let us look at the difference between the two types of cases. Cases concerned with private rights are called the civil cases, whereas cases against the community are called the criminal cases. Breach of contract, matrimonial cases, etc. are examples of civil cases. Murder, robbery, criminal conspiracy, etc. are the examples of criminal cases. Remedy in civil cases is in the form of compensation or injunction, whereas remedy in criminal cases is in terms of awarding punishment. In civil cases, it can be settled out of court also. It is not possible in criminal cases as it involves the state also. Children, I hope you have understood this chapter very well. Thank you.